What a weekend that was. São Paulo delivered again. Lando Norris keeps charging toward the title, Max Verstappen saved Red Bull's weekend, and Kimi Antonelli... Well, it looks like we've got a brand new Formula One star on our hands. Let's dive into it. Max Verstappen, from disaster to podium. Let's start with Max, because what he did was nothing short of a small miracle. Saturday was a nightmare. Knocked out in Q1, Red Bull completely lost with the setup. They changed everything, engine, floor, suspension, and started from the pit lane, and yet, from last to the podium. A masterclass in control, patience, and precision. He wasn't the fastest, but he executed everything perfectly. And even though Norris took the win, it was Verstappen who proved once again that he can turn chaos into brilliance. Lando Norris, flawless and fearless. But the weekend belonged to Lando. Pole position, victory in the sprint, and victory in the main race. Zero mistakes, full concentration, perfect tire management. That's 2 weekends in a row of total domination, and he's now edging closer and closer to the title. After the Dutch GP, he was more than 30 points behind Piastri. Now he's 49 ahead. If he keeps this up, he could wrap up the championship with a race to spare. You can really see the growth. This is not the same Lando from a year ago. Calm, focused, confident, and finally driving like a world champion in the making. Kimi Antonelli, breakthrough performance. And now, the real star of the weekend, Kimi Antonelli. What he did in São Paulo was pure class, the drive of a veteran. Second in the sprint, second in the race, with pace that at times matched Norris, even quicker in certain phases. But above all, total composure. He went wheel to wheel with Verstappen at the start, defended from Russell later on, and looked like he's been in F1 for years. Kimi is only 18, but his driving in Brazil, clean, technical, instinctive, felt like watching a young Lewis Hamilton in his McLaren days. No reckless dives, no desperation. He understands the rhythm of a race. And finally, it looks like Mercedes has someone who can truly lead the team into the future. Russell was solid, but in São Paulo, Antonelli shone brighter. It felt like his breakthrough moment, the kind of weekend where the entire paddock goes, okay, this kid is the real deal. Gabriel Bortoleto. A weekend to forget a few words on Gabriel Bortoleto, the home hero who wanted to shine in front of his fans but ended up doing the opposite. Clearly, the pressure got to him. He made a series of silly mistakes, and then came that terrifying crash. 330 kilometers per h, a 57G impact, 2 hits with the wall, and he walked away unhurt. That's just incredible and shows how safe F1 cars have become today. His team fought like crazy to rebuild the car, missed qualifying by just half an hour, and still the entire paddock applauded them. Moments like that remind you why this sport is so emotional and so dangerous. Is Antonelli ready to lead Mercedes? So here's the question. Is Antonelli already ready to become Mercedes' team leader? Was this just one brilliant weekend or the beginning of a great career? Let me know what you think in the comments. I really want to hear your take on this one. Midfield stories. Sauber is slowly rebuilding. Nico Hülkenberg's points show they're finally heading in the right direction. The fight for positions 6 to 9 in the standings is incredibly tight, and Oliver Behrman continues to impress. 4th and 6th this weekend, that's seriously strong. He looked great in qualifying too, though the tires gave up on him in Q3. Even so, his form is starting to cast a shadow over Esteban Ocon, who finished 12th after starting from the pit lane. Racing Bulls scored double points again, proving how competitive that midfield battle has become. Isaac Hadjar, though, let emotions get the better of him. Even 2 hours after the race, he was still fuming. He's got the talent, but if he wants consistent results, he'll need to control those emotions. And Pierre Gasly, what a surprise. Points on both Saturday and Sunday. Given Alpine's struggles, that's a huge boost. The team's been fighting reliability issues and constant rebuilds, but one mechanic told me they finally feel a bit of relief. They're exhausted, but weekends like this bring the spirit back. Ferrari, Mercedes, and Williams check in. Fernando Alonso gave it his all, but Sunday didn't go his way. Lewis Hamilton, meanwhile, is clearly frustrated. Can't find grip, can't switch the tires on. He called it a nightmare that just won't end. You can tell it's taking a toll, but he's still fighting. Charles Leclerc looked stronger, but that collision with Antonelli and Piastri ended his race early. Still, Ferrari has the pace to fight for podiums if things come together. Williams, on the other hand, is in trouble. Their points lead over Racing Bulls has dropped from over 100 to just 30. 3 weekends left. It's going to be tight. Thanks for watching. If you enjoyed it, don't forget to subscribe, hit the like button, and turn on notifications so you don't miss the next lap by lap.